What's going on, y'all? Early morning yawning out here, man. About to get ready to challenge and throw this dagger at life. Let me change that. I ain't gonna say throw no dagger, but yeah, man, life challenges, man. I believe life is definitely looks up to the people that make the best choices. You know, the best choices, the right choices, the healthiest choices, you know, the knowledgeable choices, and that would determine a person's position, you know, at least, you know, American life, you know what I mean, a life in, as I know it in America, because, you know, I look at a lot of people's situation, and I look at a lot of choices prior to how people live, you know, and at this point, it's like it's choices, you know. So the ones that make the best choices, you know, or even sacrifice at times, you know, to position themselves, I think life tend to look up to those people. But for the ones who used to taking shortcuts, cutting corners, cheating, hey man, let me look on your paper, man. Let me borrow this, or let me hold this, or let me have you to do this for me. You know, you remember that time I did this for you? It's like, again, y'all, you know, may have heard me say it in another video, but it's like people want to use you. You know what I'm saying? People do something from the goodness of their heart to help you out. You know, I mean, even if that means fight a bully. You know what I'm saying? Fight a bully or whatever the case may be. Then, you know, help you cross the street. You know, back when you was a child. You know, help you when you was sick or down and out. You know what I'm saying? Situations like that. You know what I mean? I'm riding past all of these mansions right now. I'm out here in the city of Stonecrest, one of the predominantly wealthiest or predominantly minority and wealthiest communities. But anyway, yeah, man, game of life. School bus drivers, they on strike. I'm dropping the children off at school or what have you. But you know, in fact, that's a perfect example. Due to my position, you know what I'm saying, I'm able to drop my child off, whereas a lot of people in that position and they won't be able to. Wait 1 second, let me pause. Let me show y'all Big Meech's house, man. All right, real quick, yeah, man. I told you, man, I'm running through all of these mansions, but yeah, that was Big Meech's house. It was Big Meech's house, you know, when Big Meech was out doing his thing. But yeah, anywho, you know, I look at my situation, and even you know, my occupation, you know, allows me to, you know, make moves that other people, you know, can't and won't be able to make, you know, due to the position they have themselves in, you know, from choices. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, you get to see at the end of the day, you know, like I was once told, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. For the people who not as responsible, they get to hide behind, you know, being irresponsible. Well, you got this, or you got that. Can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? You know, and it's like, it's sad because, you know, once you get a certain age, you know, that hope factor go to dying out. And whatever dreams you had, it become unrealistic, you know. And again, when you get to a certain point, you know, not to say that it's ever too late. You know, it's just, you know, when you're young, you know, you plan on, you know, being in a certain place in life or plan on having certain things, then it's like, you know, it don't, you know, after a while, reality kicks in, you know, once you get the whole logistics of what's going on, you know, with the game we play. The reason I say game we play, because again, we're the only creature on this damn planet paying to live. You know, everything else is like natural, and you know, nature's take its course, you know, but we don't do that. We got a system, you know, set up and in play for us to be able to enjoy a lot of amenities and a lot of luxuries, you know, from eating, from living conditions, all of that, you know what I mean? I know oftentimes people don't, you know, have time to think about these things, and again, that just shows, you know, their position in life and, you know, where they are You know, so, you know, a lot of times by the time people catch on, yeah, you may be in your late 40s, your 50s, 60s. Some people, they don't get it. They won't ever get it, you know. That's just the way it is. They're gonna cry, they're gonna weep, they're gonna murmur, and that's just how it's gonna be. You know, unfortunately. But again, that's the way of the world. You know, you can't just say, you know what, let's cast those guys out, because again, you know, even if the Most High God were to send His angels, guardian angels, to help out, He's not really sending them to help out the saints. You know, He's sending them to help out the ones who don't quite get it, or the ones who may have potential to get it, but just not quite there. So a lot of people have to come to that realization and understand that. You know, just that concept alone. You know, so like I say, a lot of times, you know, I reflect. I make little videos like this right here to walk me through life, you know what I mean? And like I say, I'm dropping my children off at school, and, you know, a lot of people using public transportation. You know, a lot of people have to, you know, hey, you know, try to hitch a ride from the neighbors, you know, or hey, you know, you won't be going to school, so it's like a domino effect, because, you know, in the long haul, it's going to affect the child. And the child's supposed to be the future. But like I say, you know, once you understand the system and how things set up, then you'll get the whole logistics of what's going on. And anywho, like I say, you know, I could be here all day. I just wanted to, you know, touch on that right there. Like I say, maybe in the future, look back at these videos I make, and like I say, see if I still feel the same way, or see how far I've grown and come, you know, in life. So yeah, man, a lot of what other children deal with, my children don't have to deal with, you know, due to, you know, my upbringing and how I was brought up. You know, it wasn't the worst, you know, it was, but it was definitely like tough, and it made me who I am today. So I want to change that for the world. I even got a backup camera on this thing. Make sure I'm right on my grass. But yeah, man, that would be cool, man, if a lot of people say, you know what, I'm gonna live my life to get ahead and the prep. I call it the Noah scenario, the Noah scenario. You know, Noah sitting back, he's building the ark. His whole thing is to, hey, look, I'm gonna prepare, so when this storm comes, because I know this storm is coming, I want to be set up. You know, and that's pretty much, that was my mentality. You know what I'm saying? Say, you know what, when I get to a certain position in life, I'm gonna make sure I set up. Even if that means, you know what, let me have a generator just in case my electricity go off. Let me have me a safe haven, you know what I'm saying? A pantry, you know, filled with food, non-perishable items, you know what I'm saying? Let me have enough doggone weaponry or artillery, you know what I'm saying, in times of need, you know what I'm saying? Whereas most people, to them, life is shit, having a fancy car, showing off, getting as many girls or getting as many dudes, vice versa, and that's their thing, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they really think, you know, okay, yeah, that's what's gonna make me happy, and to some people it does, it makes them happy, and to them, you know, this is the life, you know, and that's what I want to do. And when I die, it's just, I'm dead, you know. But meanwhile, I want to play. And that's literally what it is, it's play. You know, it's not saying, you know what, let me, again, position myself, make sure I'm prepared so when shit go left, because things go left, you know what I'm saying? Or things go wrong, or things go bad. You know, whether, you know, it's just, whether it's nature or whether it's something you bring on yourself, that's part of life, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think a lot of people take the time to, you know, prepare themselves, get ahead of the game when they have the time to, you know. When the sunny days are here, I think they play, you know. So then when the storm comes, they cry and they weep, and then, you know, like a child, and they just don't get it, you know what I mean? And there's always somebody to blame except for them, you know. They the victim, you know. Well, you know, like, don't nobody want to take accountability or deal with responsibility And those two huge words in America. And in America, in today's society, responsibility and accountability, don't nobody want anything to do with it. If the plane go down, it was the captain. It wasn't their fault that they was, distracting the captain or fucking off with, box cutters or whatever example come to mind, and nobody's going to take responsibility and say, what, I got on the plane, it was a defect, that motherfucker went down, it was, let me take my hit, let me take my L. Look, I got my ass whooped in a fight, you know what I mean, or I fought a fight that I wasn't so proud of, I'll do better next time. Nah, nobody want to take their L. Nobody want to take responsibility, accountability. Everybody want to, be on top. And as long as you have that, mindset and that mentality, it's going to always be some BS out here. Some bullshit is what I'm saying. It's going to always be some mess. And they go your devil right there. The motherfucking have and the have-nots. The useful and the useless. The good and the bad. The good and the ugly. The beautiful and the ugly. The right and the wrong. That's just the way of the world, and you're going to always have those folks, those people, those animals, those creatures, those organisms. And like I say, for the ones that get it, salute, kudos, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, another day in the life, man. At the another shot at the game of life, you know what I mean? Another shot at the game of life, man. To make my day better, to make others' days better. Using a lot of the natural gifts, remembering to smile, have respect your fellow man, be courteous, be mindful, be considerate. If you're in a relationship, fidelity, monogamy, you know what I mean? Love, compassion, a lot of those great words right there. Persistence, remembering goals, staying out of the way of mess, using all of that to your advantage, your ethics, morals, I can name for days, but like I say, using all of that, to your advantage and making the best out of life, so, I mean, like I said, we can what if all day if everyone took the time to do just that, then it would definitely be a different world. And I wouldn't be the judge to say that it'd be, I'm not the judge to say that it would be better, but it would definitely be different. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you got, people get frustrated, and, people have ups and downs. And like I say, I can keep on with those dualities,